a script that's phenomenal that is called The Promise. The Promise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this script with you guys. And we'll role play it a little later today. I just want to share it with you guys before break. Justin, you can role play with me. Come here. Justin, you aren't going to have to do much. You're just going to have to sit there and say yes, okay? I super appreciate the time sitting down with you today to talk about helping you and your family buy a house. And I'm excited to go through that process with you and help you accomplish your goals. And before we part today, I want to talk to you about our company's promise. Our promise is that through this entire process, buying a home, going through the inspections, appraisals, closing, this entire thing, that this is going to be the easiest thing you've ever done. No hassles, no worries, and then whenever you needed us, we were there. The second part of my promise is that I'm going to help you find the 90% house. The perfect house, in the perfect area, for the best possible price. I'm going to get it done, and you're just going to be so happy that you're in this new home. Now, if I accomplish both of those things, how am I doing so far? Doing great. Okay. I just got to tell you, I want to ask in return for a simple promise from you. Before the end of this transaction, when we're sitting down at the closing table, that you will have helped me find at least one more person that was ready to talk to me about buying or selling real estate. Does that seem potentially easy for you?
Absolutely.
At the end of the transaction, when we are at the closing table, in the event that you haven't referred me anybody that was looking to buy or sell real estate, what I'm going to assume is that I did not do a good job. And I want to spend the rest of the time talking to you about what I could have done better to actually have earned a referral from you. Does that seem fair?
Absolutely.
Now, what happens is right after that, the next day, there's a call from my staff. And my staff says, hey, you probably heard from Ben yesterday about our company's promise. I want you to know that what we are as promise keepers. We're here to make sure that the process is smooth, that everything is easy, that you have access to somebody at any time. And throughout the entire process, we're talking about the promise back to the customer, and then we're asking for them to send us at least one person. Now, Mike Hicks, he gets 0.7 closed transactions from every transaction. Think about that. From every person that he works with, he gets another potential closed 0.7 transaction. So if you're going to sell 10 homes this year, and you did the promise, and you delivered on the promise, that means you would generate an extra 7 transactions, which would be 17. From those extra 7, you would get an additional 0.7, which would be another 5. So you'd be at 22. Does that make sense? Everybody say, whoa. So at the closing table, one of the reasons that Justin and I became friends is because we deliver gifts to our customers, and Justin will tell you guys why, but we give them knives. And the reason we give them knives is because of the promise. At the end, when they send us a referral, we continue to deliver on our promise, and we give them a gift. And these are a lot like what our knives look like, except we have our logos on there. It says, hey, Ben Kenny team. And at the end, if they haven't sent us a referral and they have a buyer or seller or somebody who wants to meet, what we do is we just simply take the knife out. We got them up! You know what I mean? Because not only is it tax deductible, but it's also a weapon. Justin, thank you for becoming my friend and having me out here and becoming one of our sponsors and writing one of the biggest checks that a sponsor has ever written just to get me to come and show up. So because of that, Justin and I, we're going to do a couple things. as my thank you to you today, if anybody buys something from you today, simple knife, a project, we'll put all their names in a drawing, and I'll give away a coaching call for an hour, private with me, to help their business. Does that seem fair? That's my thank you to you. So tell them what you want to tell them, and then when they're done, we're going to take a 10-minute break when you're done, okay? Does that work? Okay, I'm going to step off to the side.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Justin Kim, and I work with Cutco Closing Gifts. Most of you have heard me speak before, so you guys know that we're the largest closing gift company in North America. And I'm very happy to say that Carol Williams is one of our largest clients, so go KW. And I know that you guys aren't here to see me today, but I do appreciate you guys listening here. And some of you can do my script better than I can, but you will all listen because that's just how it works, right? So what is it that we do? What we do is we basically help you craft a strategic client appreciation program and client retention program through gifting. Most of you guys usually give a gift of some kind, whether it's a bottle of wine, champagne, gift card, gift basket, flowers, dinner night out, you guys name it. You guys are familiar with it. But there's nothing, now of course, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with most closing gifts, nothing wrong with it, but the problem with most closing gifts, of course, is where are they in a week or a month or 5, 10, 15 years from now? They're gone. They eat it, they drink it, they spend it, it dies, it gets re-gifted half the time. And a very small percentage just ends up on a shelf, on a closet, collecting dust, not doing much for the agent. So what we do is we basically engrave your logo, your name, and your phone number, so it becomes a long-term branding tool. So it's like having a bulletin board in your client's kitchen. Show of hands, who's ever heard of Cutco before? Has some at home? Quite a few of you as well. So, for those of you who are not familiar with Cutco, Cutco basically is the Rolls Royce of the kitchen. It's got a forever guarantee. It's been around since the 1940s, and it's got a forever guarantee, and like made in the USA, which doesn't really exist anymore. But that's not what's important for you guys as agents. What's important for you guys, of course, is what I call the 2 R's, which is repeat business and referral business. And that's what you guys work so hard for. And Gary Keller once said that 80% of the general population would reuse his or her realtor again. They just remembered his or her, fill in the blank, which is their name. So an NAR statistic says that after 2 years, only 9% can name their realtor, which is actually pretty tragic if you really think about it. And another thing we've learned from NAR, of course, is where do most people usually hang out, which room in the house, especially when they're friends and family? The kitchen. So now when you get something that clients are going to use, we want to get them something that friends and family are going to use. Because let's face it, guys, your clients aren't as good as you are promoting you new services. I mean, they love it, they want to refer you, but they just don't know how to start the conversation. But being that it's always out and about, what it does, it naturally sparks a conversation about you and your services, so which is nothing but a good thing. And that's what we came up with the red a couple of years ago, because the red naturally does stick out. And red is actually, you guys like red because it's your color. So. But more importantly, red is only exclusively available for real estate agents, so our regular clientele can't get red. Taxes, you guys don't know this. How much does the IRS let you write a per closing gift? $25. But of course, this is Cutco Closing Gifts 100% tax deductible because what can you write it off at? Advertising. I'm just going to skip that part because you guys don't get that. Basically, it's a business card on steroids. And lastly, of course, we make it really easy for you. You guys, you guys are running a business whether you like it or not. And you got to have systems in place to make things run smoothly. So what we do is we give you a small stash up front, and every time you have a closing or referral partner thing, just grab it, and give it, and it's done. I know that many of you have been in a position before scrounging around looking for a gift in the last minute. That's not the most productive use of your time. The most productive use of your time, of course, is doing your one thing, which is lead generation, and Facebook also. And so we just take that off your plate for you. And Cutco may not be the perfect gift for everybody, but we've done some research over the years. We found out that 100% of the homes